Right, hi guys. So, semi-serious video this one. Um, so I'll give you a bit of backstory first. Now this video is all about kind of the sun and its impact on you, and a little bit about general health working as a gardener. So a bit of backstory. So I think I mentioned on a couple of videos before that I've got Crohn's. It's under control as we speak, and I haven't lost any days to gardening, days to it, through gardening. And I was diagnosed 8 years ago now. Um, if you don't know what it is, Google it. But it's basically an autoimmune disease where your body kind of attacks itself a little bit, and causes inflammation and loads of other side effects. The one thing is, it's a spectrum. So there's someone like me who is kind of fine with it day to day. It doesn't really affect anything. I can eat what I want, drink what I want, do what I want. And then there's people on like the opposite end of the scale who are in and out of hospital all the time. They've got the bag on them, and it sounds horrendous. And I hope that I don't get there. I'm hoping it kind of stays all right. Touch wood, anyway. So I've just come off my medication that I've been on for 5 years. Now this is an immune suppressant, so the idea being it weakens the immune system. So the immune system isn't as strong, so it's not as, the attacks on my body aren't as severe, so the symptoms are less severe. That's it in a nutshell. But because obviously it's weakening your immune system, there are kind of negative side effects, and the idea is you're not on this medication for a long period of time. So they've taken me off after 5 years because I've been okay. I haven't had any flare-ups or anything like that, and I've been, more or less fine. So I've been off them. We're filming this at the start of June. I think I came off mid-February. So I've had one or two minor episodes, but nothing major. I'm still learning about it as well, learning what the little niggles and pains mean. Does it mean that I'm going to have a bad flare, or is it the new normal? I'm still kind of getting the grips with it a little bit off the medication. But anyway, so one of the side effects of the medication is skin cancer. Now, I don't yet start worrying. You might have noticed this thing on my head here. So I'll get to it and explain what it is. So they said when I got put on the medication, they said you're slightly higher risk of skin cancer. Cover up. I said, well, I'm a gardener, I'm working in the sun all day. They said, cover up, wear hats, and just do your best to stay out of it, pretty much, wear sun cream. So I've got, you can probably say my skin's quite red. I've got seborrheic dermatitis as well, so basically bad skin. If I put certain things on, it burns it, and I do wear caps quite often, but I don't really use sun cream on my face. I put it on ears, neck, arms, but it just burns my face. And I've tried a few different types, and they're not great. But anyway, so the crux of it is this video. So we're working outside every day, in the hot sun, and sun damage is a real issue. Now, I had a little mark, which I'll show you. You might have seen it on previous videos anyway. Now, I'd say 2 years ago, because I've looked back on it's a good job that I do these videos, because I've looked back sort of 2 years ago and it wasn't there, and it's grown a little bit obviously over time, and it's one of those things where you just, because it was such a slow sort of growth, if you like, I didn't think too much of it, and the dermatologist doesn't think it's anything untoward either, so don't want this to get super serious. I'm waiting for my test results, which should be back in about 6 weeks, but he doesn't think it's anything sinister. But yeah, so like I wear caps, try to wear caps, but this is the point. Do as I do, don't do it. Do as I say, sorry, don't do as I do, because I have been a little bit lax. And you know, when you wear caps and hats and stuff, I find them really sweaty, and you know, I just don't particularly like wearing them. I try to. I haven't always put sun cream on, but you know, the sun is not to be messed with, and hopefully this comes back as nothing. So they've taken it off, sent it away to check it and see what it is. Originally, when I went to the doctor's, the doctor had a look under the little microscope thing, and they weren't sure. She said it was kind of in between what looked like. Let's get the terminology right. So she mentioned a couple of different phrases to us. So there's basal cell, I think, which is like a very early or first form of skin cancer. She said it looked a little bit like that, but a little bit like I think it was keratosis, which is essentially sun damage, which is a pre-cancerous kind of area of damage that in time could turn cancerous. She wasn't sure basically and said, look, we'll send you to the dermatologist, they'll have a look at you and they might want to do some tests on it, which they have done. But he said, we're only really doing tests just to be ultra cautious because I genuinely don't think it's anything untoward. He doesn't think it's any sort of sun damage or, you know, precancerous. They use all the terminology and I just, I forget it a lot of the time. But yeah, so I think you can, so yeah, it's a bit clearer if I go there, yeah. So yeah, so they've got rid of it. And as I say, it'll be 6 weeks until I get my results back. So it's just a warning to everyone and obviously to myself just to like take care. As I say, I do wear hats, but not all the time. I am now. You know, some of the hot days, you know, when you're out there for hours and hours, the sweat's dripping down you. You know, it's boiling on your skin. Yeah, it's my own fault. You know, hopefully it's nothing, but I think the treatment would be the same, even if it was. That's what he said as well. So he said even if it was any sort of early skin cancer or sun damage or anything like that, the treatment would be the same. Would just be to get it off. It's not a particularly if it comes back and it's the early form or the first form of skin cancer, he said treatment's kind of fine. It's only when you get the big black kind of melanomas, which is when it starts to get serious, because it kind of has roots, and those roots go deep into the skin, and that's when the roots kind of come into contact with different. Oh, it's very complex. Very complex. That's how it spreads basically. But something similar to this, if it does turn out to be something like that, you just whip it off, and you know, chances are you might get another one. So you have to be vigilant. You know, and obviously go back to the doctors if you think you've got something else, and again they would just whip it off. You know, but take care. You know, we have to look after ourselves as gardeners, and I'm learning that as I go. I'm not always on the ball when it comes to those things, but I'm learning quick, and it's really important that you do look after yourself in you know, many aspects. That includes things like diet, which again, you know, I don't drink, but you know, I'm partial. You know, I love crisps and chocolate and, you know, crap food basically, and it's you know, it's a good job that you know, I'm getting a lot of fitness in with the garden, because you know, I've been looking to kind of try to change my diet a little bit, but it's so difficult. I've started taking a, you know, a really good multivitamin, you know, to help with my immune system. I wish I could get a vitamin to help us talk a bit clearer, but anyway. So yeah, just little tweaks that I'm trying to do. Drink more water. My girlfriend's always telling us to drink more water. yeah, just look after yourselves, guys. Anyway, so I'll come back and hopefully, fingers crossed, the results will be good. Can't speak. Right. Okay. So fast forward 2 months, and you can see there. You can see our tiny little scar. So, good news, not cancer, nothing cancerous or nothing that could turn into any sort of cancer. It's called seborrheic keratosis, which is basically a growth on the skin that just happens. And if you get them, you're prone to getting them, and they said you'll probably get more. So yeah, so it effectively just got kind of cut off. So good news to say the least. And yeah, I don't want to repeat myself from kind of the first part of the video, but it's a warning to me, and I'm kind of sharing it to you guys that we're not getting any sun at the minute. But this is being filmed at the start of August, this second part of the video. So when it'll probably be kind of autumn time by the time this video does come out. But at the moment, we've just had like, I think about 6 weeks of rain. It's been absolutely terrible. But yeah, the sun, you know, it can be dangerous. So when you're sweating, you've got the sweat down, and that's because I get bad skin as well, especially around here. You know, the oil, the sweat's coming down and it's getting burnt on your skin, and the sun's beaming down on you, and you know, it can be really dangerous, especially when you're out in it all day, every day. So yeah, just, you know, just kind of warning you of that, really. I'm sure you know, but you know, this was a bit of a scare, and luckily it's fine, you know. And I'm trying to wear caps and hats and things, you know, where possible. So I'll not waffle on. I think I waffled on enough in the first part. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Everyone take care, look after yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.